Calling to order the June 22nd meeting of the Wenham Conservation Commission. The meeting is being recorded, so please keep that in mind when you make your comments. We are strictly virtual tonight, so there's a raise hand feature at the bottom of your screen, or should be, under the React button. If you raise your hand, I'll recognize you and allow you to make your comment. Please don't speak unless you're called on. In attendance for the Conservation Commission tonight is Jackie LeClaire, Jeff Ham, Leo Mastronzi, Ken Whitaker, and myself, Phil Colarusso. Margaret, thanks for pinch hitting for Kate, and take it away.
So tonight's continued public hearing is on 255 Grapevine Road. That's the Gordon College project that you're probably all familiar with. I believe the applicant might want to do the presentation. Jacob, is that you?
Yes, I can at least start us off.
Okay, all right, and I'll allow you to present. So let me stop my share, and you should be able to jump in.
Hold on a second. Okay. Everyone see that?
Yeah. Yep.
There it is. Yep.
Okay. Good evening. I'm Jacob Murray from Waterfield Design Group. We are the civil engineer and the landscape architect on the Adams Center for Music project for Gordon College, 255 Grapevine Road. Also with us tonight is Chris Hemming from Gordon College, Amanda Delavine, and Robert Picardi from EJP Architects. I believe Deborah Marari and Ethan Butler from Active Center, the project manager, and I believe a representative, I'm not sure if it's Jordan Kanan or someone else, from Walsh Brothers, who is the contractor here as well. The project, as you guys might be familiar with, it has a DEP number. It is the removal of existing courtyards, walkways, and a landscape area, and replacing with a new proposed Adams Center for Music and its associated walkways and utilities. And you can see the rendering of the building on the screen right now. That we kind of worked through that last time, so that's just generally what the book was going to look like. This is the existing conditions, just to show that we're within the 200-foot buffer of the koi pond, but we are in generally outside of the 100-foot buffer, and with the exception of some landscape plantings to revegetate these areas down here, we're outside of the 50-foot no build, 50-foot no work, and the 70-foot no build. So the new building is approximately 14,800 square feet, and it will go in against then the general landscape area. And then there'll be some patios. These walkways will be reconfigured so that they can move out for the building, and there'll be a streamline of pedestrian traffic, mostly pedestrian traffic, going along the paved avenue, which is required for student pedestrian as well as for emergency vehicles. We originally presented on April 27th before the Conservation Commission with which seemed like generally favorable response. The next steps after that meeting were to have a peer review of the stormwater design, provide a response to the Hamilton Wenham Dark Skies comments letter, and provide a construction and logistic plans. We have done those. We received the peer review on June 11th. We provided a response letter and revised drawings and stormwater report on June 17th. We haven't heard back yet, but in our letter and plans, we addressed all their comments, made some small changes to the stormwater system, expanded it a couple chambers, and created an infiltration, a clean out area. But we addressed it. The only one that was really outstanding was a mounding analysis, which we don't feel, given the soils, is necessary, but we could be, and it could all be taken care of with a test pit before construction that goes down another 10 inches from where we have, where I think we'll find that we don't have groundwater, and therefore that's not necessary. So the stormwater is also just outside, just so you remember your location here. This is the 200-foot buffer zone going through the building. The stormwater improvements are out here outside of the 200-foot buffer as well. So, again, we provided a response to the dark sky comments. I can just go down briefly to take a look, showing general illumination plans. And if you need to, Amanda or Robert can speak to these a little bit more. And then we also have a construction logistics plan provided by Walsh Brothers that shows how they plan on getting stuff in and out and protect the work zone area. This will be modified as necessary during construction as well, to make sure things are contained in the smallest amount of area necessary for that phase of construction. So With that, the applicant is really seeking to get approval tonight, and we have ZBA on Wednesday and hope to be moving forward with the project.
Could you go over in a little bit more detail the changes in the stormwater and resulting from the Weston and Sampson comments?
Yes, absolutely. So the ones, there was a lot of, just to give a note, I know some people might see that, I'm going to bring this up here just because I think it's helpful. It was a 13-page document, but just so you know, like this whole page here is just Weston and Sampson quoting the regulations. And then at the end of it, they have two comments. So it's not really as involved as it might seem. So when I say, they're really just these small changes, it's because a lot of the document itself from Weston and Sampson is them just re-quoting yours or the state regulations here. So, but let me go back to here. So they wanted us to also include the 25 and 50-year storms, and that what ended up happening is we had to increase the chambers here by 8 chambers at the end. That was a change that you can see in the drawings. There is also what's called a isolator row, where you put down a fabric underneath the chambers themselves, and there'll be clean out holes above those, and that's way it's an easier place for sediment to be factored out. It's also what happens is you actually isolate the row. So the first flush, you get an inch of rain, all that inch of rain will go in here. But if there's an overflow with an inlet control structure, that'll fill up all the other chambers. If there's a really bad storm, you're getting 5, 6 inches of rain. So that was included. So that's easy to clean out. Other than that, really, in what you can see, I mean, there's a lot more notes that were added to the stormwater report. But other than that, that was the big change with the stormwater.
And one of the comments was that the drawings are not stamped by an engineer. Is that?
Yeah, they've been stamped. So.
Okay.
Graphics, but yeah.
Can you speak to or have someone speak to the lighting issues?
Amanda, you want to? I can.
Phil, I'm sorry if I just, Jacob,
Yeah.
sorry, the plan that we're looking at right now, is there a stamp on that plan?
No, this is graphic. This is just because it was a graphic plan. But if you want to, I mean, if you look down, I have them all here. Here's the actual plan.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
So here, Amanda, this is I don't know where you want to start on that, but.
Sure. So, in response to the letter from HW Dark Sky, we commented starting with the directionality of the lights. So all of the new lights which are being provided are all pointed downward and fully shielded. The only light which is not fully shielded is an existing campus standard bollard. Those are all existing fixtures that are going to be relocated as part of the project. So there will be no new lights which are not fully shielded and pointed downward. The only other exception to this is the tree uplights, which I think you can see are casting some of the light and shadow onto the building itself in the lower renderings. Those are accent lights which would only be used during special events and performances in the hall. They wouldn't be generally used for illumination. Otherwise, all of the new fixtures are meeting the 2700 Kelvin, and they're down and shielded. We also provided the photometric plan, which is a new addition, as well as the cut sheets for all of the fixtures and the fixture schedule.
Okay, we'll go around.
I think just one more piece which was commented on was also the light spill from the performance hall window itself. And so we just wanted to also note that the performance hall glazing is oriented southward, which is towards the center of the campus. So it is not facing directly to the pond or the sensitive habitats to the north. There are also intervening buildings between this proposed building and the pond area, the Phillips Music Center behind it, and the Ken Olson Science Center to the east. There are also going to be motorized draperies, which can be utilized in the hall, which are fully blackout for all of the portion of the light to the south.
Okay. So we'll go around for questions. We'll start with Leo.
Mr. Chairman, I read our peer reviewer's report, and he brought up quite a number of issues. And I read the applicant's response. But until I read our peer reviewer's answer to the applicant's response, I will not vote for approval. So I will not vote for approval until I get our peer reviewers' response to their response, because we have quite a bit of investment into our peer review, and I want to make sure that everything's perfect before I vote approval. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Jeff,
No questions.
Jackie,
Sorry, no questions.
Ken.
Two things. I think Leo has a point here. I'd like to know when we anticipate getting I guess, a review of the response. Any ideas on how long that will take?
Phil, if I might, we sent
Yeah,
that to them, to Weston and Sampson, I think just the other day when we got their review,
Okay.
when we got their response. So it may take a couple more days. We haven't heard anything back yet. So
Okay.
I'm hoping by tomorrow.
Mr.
Okay.
Chairman, I'd like to move we continue until we get our
Yeah,
peer
well-
reviewer's response.
Okay. Wait, Leo, we're not done asking questions. Go ahead, Ken, your second question.
Yeah, the only question was on the cleanouts for the stormwater drains. Are there any scheduled maintenance programs in place, or is it just you keep an eye on it until such time it's not discharging well and you have to go in and clean it out? How is the performance of those monitored in real time?
Yeah, there's a operation and maintenance plan that's included in the stormwater report, and those are inspected every 6 months and cleaned out as necessary.
Okay, great. Yeah, on the presumption that a little extra time will not impact the construction schedule here or increase cost, I think it might be a good idea just to get the final review from our peer review in the lines that Leo had said. We could also, give approval pending.
Waiting for a second. The motion's waiting for a second.
I think it might be more prudent just to do that.
Well,
I'm open to
Leo-
being convinced on that.
Yeah. Well, Leo, wait. We're not done asking questions yet. Jacob, could you refresh our memory on the logistics of how things are going to move on the site, and again point out the erosion control, and you said things may change as needed. So could you maybe elaborate on that?
Just to let you know that this for construction is where it will be when the building is starting off and when they're trying to do the excavation. But as things get inside the building, it can be locked down a little tighter as necessary. So that's more talking about the logistics plan. I can show you on the erosion control plan. In general, we'll be, let's give it another one. Keeping it tight to the parking area and then around the edges. Obviously, a lot of the building itself the existing Phillips building will be acting in that manner. And the existing inlets will all have silt sacks to protect against that, against sediment entering the system.
And again, refresh my memory. Is there any stockpiling of material kind of landward of the building itself? As you're doing the construction and removing material or bringing in new material.
Yeah. There would be in general, it would be over within outside of the building, but in the general site area. So you're looking at these areas for the state stockpiling.
Right. So outside of the 200
Yes.
foot and
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And I know you had talked about some, at the last meeting, some replant or planting of vegetation. Could you go over that again?
Yep. So we're taking down some trees within the building footprint, and we're meeting the requirement by planting new trees that are closer to the pond. So we're revegetating lawn areas out along the internal Princemere Drive road, with both in this parking area at the end of construction, around the generator, and then down the slope to both stabilize that and really revegetate that and make it more of a pond-friendly environment, even as you have the road that cuts across.
And those are native trees?
Yes.
Phil, just for your information, we did get comments back from the town's tree warden that he's comfortable with this plant, that there are no invasive species.
Okay. And I'm sorry, you said you're going to the ZBA in 2 nights, is that?
On Wednesday, correct, yes. And so, I mean, the applicant can speak to this a little bit more, but it is starting to impact the construction schedule, and we were hoping to get the peer review back quicker. We were able to turn it around, and really our response is in about 3 business days. So yes, that's our hope, is to be able to get a contingent approval and then move it on to ZBA.
Mr. Chairman?
Could you discuss give me your optimal construction schedule, and then give me, your less than optimal, if you can,
Yeah,
if you know what I mean.
others might be able to speak to that. I don't know if someone from Walsh is on.
No one from Walsh is on, but we're hoping to break ground late summer to be completed by the fall semester of 2028.
Fall semester of 2028. Okay. So, so that's the end point. So it's obviously going to impact the 2027 academic year.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Leo.
We've granted their request 3 times already for continuance. I don't believe another continuance until we get a response from our peer reviewer will do that much damage. We could do much more damage by approving something that our peer reviewer might have questions on. So there's a motion on the table, Mr. Chairman. I wish somebody would either second it or amend it, either one.
Well, I just want to get as much information as on the floor as possible before we vote, if that's okay with you, Leo.
That's fine with me, but our peer reviewer is brought
No,
up.
I hear your point. I hear your point. I'm sorry. So the construction is over a year, over a year's time, a year and a half. Is that fair?
2 years construction period.
2 years. Okay. So I think to Commissioner Whitaker's point, a 2-week delay in a 2-year construction period is probably not a fatal flaw.
Phil, excuse me, Jackie and Amanda both have their hands up. I think Jackie's hand up was
Okay.
up first.
Go ahead, Jackie.
Yeah, hi. I was just curious. Somebody mentioned the approval with contingency. What kind of verbiage would we consider for a contingency approval?
I think the verbiage would likely be pending the outcome of the response from Western and Sampson, assuming that they agree with all the responses that they were given, that then the applicant could proceed.
Okay. So, Leo, how would that sit with you?
We've never done that in all the years I've been on the commission. Never done that. I think we need to hear the response from Weston and Sampson, who are the professionals that we trust.
I am not a big fan of contingency approvals either. Amanda, you have your hand up. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. I just Would like to also add that in addition to the roughly 2-year construction schedule, we are hoping to start the enabling and site prep in August before the students return so that they can come back to the campus with the fencing up and the adjustments to the traffic patterns on the campus established so that we can ensure pedestrian safety on the campus. So that is one of our concerns with starting earlier, is that we can maintain those borders prior to students returning.
Well, I would imagine you could start that process independent of the permit process, at least from this commission. So I don't see our ruling impacting at least that part of the project from going forward.
I would suggest that we just check with our peer review, get a schedule from them, and ask them to make sure that they get their comments back in enough time for us to review that at our next meeting. I think with that commitment, we'll have certainty in the only delay of a week or two. And that will give us all a chance to review that, just to make sure their concerns have been adequately addressed.
So the next meeting is scheduled for July 13th. So it would actually be, yeah, okay, 2 weeks. Do I have a second on the motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
would it be possible to call a special meeting once we receive the report or the response from our peer reviewer?
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah,
That would-
Margaret.
that would
So-
be first also.
Well, it wouldn't really be a first. We've done that before. But Margaret, what's the notification requirements?
You essentially just need 48 hours. We'd have to post the meeting 48 hours in advance of it. So if you wanted to meet on, I don't know, a Thursday, we would have to post it by Tuesday.
All right. Or in theory, we could meet on, and we could do it. Well, I don't know. Margaret, if Kate is going to be out, what is your availability?
Yeah, so we're actually trying to figure out July's schedule. There's not a big holiday. The holiday is on the 4th, so the 3rd is the holiday, and we don't work that day anyway. So that week of the 6th through the 10th is kind of open. Wednesday night's not available. We're still not sure about ZBA and what their schedule is going to look like. So I think if you wanted to pick a Monday, when's your next meeting would be the 13th. So if assuming it's only the 22nd. We should have that peer review back in a few days at the most. I mean, I'll contact them tomorrow and just see if we can give them a nudge. So if you wanted to meet, say, even on the 29th or the 30th, we could accommodate that just with a 48-hour window.
Okay. On the 29th, I'm going to be out on Martha's Vineyard
No.
for work. But perhaps we could do something remotely quickly if need be.
Sure.
All right. So
We've continued 3 times. What difference is the 4th?
Well, Leo, I think
rush things.
we're not rushing things, Leo.
We've had scores of applications and notices from the college, and we've always been very, very, very accommodating for them. And let's do our job right and make sure our peer reviewers, we do what our peer reviewers advise us.
No one is suggesting anything else, Leo. So I think
There's a motion on the table, Mr. Chairman.
the motion on the table is to
Either seconded or amended, either one.
Well,
amendment call for approval.
I haven't heard anyone second or amend it, but I think waiting on the peer review response is fine, and then determining when to schedule a vote on this application, post that response. I don't think we can guess that right now. Because we don't know what the response is going to be.
Or when it's going to be.
Or when it's going to be. So but I'm open to being flexible if we get a positive response from Weston and Sampson to allow the applicant to move ahead.
I am too.
So that's the best we can do, Jacob. So can someone second the original?
We can obviously, any comments they have that requires a less, one more change to the drawings, we can get in a day or two. That's no problem on our side. We just wish that they were getting it quicker to us. So.
Yeah.
I would suggest, Margaret, that you check with our peer review and try to schedule something next week that's convenient to everybody. We can send out an email and allow 48 hours. I suggest we target next week just to get this done.
Can someone second the original motion, please?
I think, Mr. Chairman, I should reword the motion to continue to the next meeting or to a special meeting if we get a positive response from our peer reviewer. Does that sound better?
That sounds fine. Did I hear a second?
Second.
Yes.
Okay. All in favor, Jackie?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes.
Leo?
Yes.
I vote yes as well.
Phil, if I could ask a question, so the main issue for your board or your committee is the peer review information. Have you any thoughts on the lighting plan, or that you feel your permit wants to condition that at all?
Whatever Weston Sampson says, I think.
Well, they're not looking at that, Leo.
No, they're not reviewing the lighting. They're only reviewing stormwater.
Yeah. So I do feel like we have latitude here. I know that in some of the Hamilton Wenham dark sky comments, you feel like you are in compliance or in agreement with some of their comments. I guess one of my questions, they talked about motion activated lights. I get why that may not be possible. And I also get, for safety reasons, certain lights need to be on, overnight, etc. Is there periods of time, especially in the summer when there are fewer students or maybe no students on campus, where there may be some additional flexibility with the lighting? That's a question to someone on the other side.
Okay, sorry, Phil. It's Chris Simming, campus planner at Gordon College. And so we've been working with Lamb Associates to design the site to adequately light the facility to align with the campus experience right now, so it doesn't, this section or region of campus that's in the heart of campus fits and is congruent with the other spaces. The principal that we're working with at Lamb is a member. It's our understanding that he's a member of the Massachusetts Dark Sky and has been helping us guide through there. And so again, in response to the feedback, we've adjusted color temperature, modified some of the lightings. We've offered to the uplighting of the trees that graze the side of the building to give definition to that. We've talked about, using it selectively at times around special events. Not necessarily prescribing that it's, between these hours, because we are a 12-month campus experience. So, like this week, we've got thousands of students coming on campus to participate in track and field events, things like that. So each week and each night is different. But our intent is to control the environment and not overlight the space. So,
okay.
So again, we've desired to work with a lighting partner that is cognizant of the initiative. It's our understanding that the initiative is an initiative at this point, that there's no adopted standards at the state level at this point. But we are prescribing approaches that fall in line with the request of Dark Sky. and the overall goal of minimizing light pollution.
Well, I appreciate the efforts. And even though there's no state requirements, I do think that my reading of our bylaw gives us pretty wide latitude when it comes to potential impacts to wildlife from projects under our jurisdiction. So I do think that, again, I appreciate the effort you guys have made, and I realize you're taking this issue seriously. And I think that's good, even though there's not a state mandate yet. I don't know. Does anyone else on the commission have a comment or an opinion on the lighting they wish to make at this point?
The chairman,
Go ahead, Leo.
I'm satisfied with the lighting, but should there be a state mandate that's different than or stricter than what they have, I think it should be adjusted later on to conform. Maybe that ought to be in the conditions.
Might I, so this is a kind of an outside of the box maybe idea, but if Gordon is open to this, it would. Is there? I guess I'll give you this idea to think about. I don't need an answer right now, but potentially some type of monitoring of the situation of wildlife and lights on campus from may be of interest and may be useful in showing that there's no impacts, or potentially leading to some kind of modifications in the future. And what that monitoring program would look like, I'd have to think about, but please give it some thought, and maybe we can reach some kind of mutual agreement on this issue moving forward.
Good student project.
With all due respect, Mr. Chairman, I'm really uncomfortable with that idea. It's kind of like the whole idea of like an unfunded mandate in a general sense, well, we're going to figure this out later. It really kind of holds the college over the barrel a little bit. I'm really uncomfortable with, imposing some type of future obligation on the basis of the current thing, especially if we're planning on some type of state regulations. They would speak for themselves. So I'm comfortable with the lighting plan. I think it's a good faith effort. Certainly, it's not my area of expertise, but really uncomfortable with pending some type of future obligation out there at this point, unless we have a much clearer idea as to exactly what that's going to be. I'm
not talking about a future state obligation. I'm talking about meeting our own bylaws.
I understand. No, I understand that, Phil. It's just that, we don't really know what that is right now. And if we had a definitive program of some kind or something that we could base that on to measure that impact, that would be one thing. But, to open up a wide discussion down the road and we don't have a clear idea what that's going to be or how we're going to do it, I'm just generally uncomfortable.
Mr. Chairman?
Go ahead, Leo.
All we have to do is put it in the conditions that later on they would conform to any town ordinances or any state ordinances. That's all it has to do. Put it in the conditions.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to be.
I was trying
to be diplomatic and start a mutual conversation about what might be a reasonable effort on their part. But if that makes people uncomfortable, then so be it. We can just put it in the conditions.
They could even help us write the conditions, Mr. Chairman. They're the professionals.
Anyway,
so
all right, let's move on.
I move we continue. We've already moved.
We've already done that. So
what's
we're
next
good.
on the agenda, Mr. Chairman?
That's up to Margaret.
Yeah, let me just bring up the agenda. So Jacob, have you stopped sharing?
I can stop sharing. So
Okay.
I wouldn't know if there was a vote. I know there was a motion. Was there a second? Was there a vote to continue?
Yes,
Yes.
there was a vote to continue.
to continue until we have the answer
peer
from
review
Weston and Sampson,
response.
and then we have a special meeting
Oh,
if
yeah.
necessary.
I don't know what that is, but we're hoping earlier than the 13th. Okay.
We'll see what we can do, Jacob.
Thank you. Thank you for your time, Commission.
Yeah. All right, Margaret.
I'm
We
sorry,
just-
yeah, Amanda has her hand up, Phil.
I just
Okay.
want to clarify that the only concern for the next meeting at the continuance will be the response from the peer review. If there are any other items which we should be prepared to speak to at the next meeting, if you have any outside concerns, or if that's the only piece remaining.
We'll let you know.
Okay.
Okay.
So the next item, I'm sorry, are you okay to proceed?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The next item is the 62 Maple Street, Maplewoods request for a certificate of compliance. Are you all familiar with the Maplewoods project? And it has been completed. Kate did receive an as-built that she has been satisfied that they've accomplished all of the goals of their order of conditions.
Because of that, Mr. Chairman, I move we grant.
Okay. Anyone have any questions, comments, or concerns?
I'll second the motion.
All right. Hearing none.
Okay.
I'll take a roll call vote. So vote to approve the certificate of compliance. Jeff,
Yes.
Jackie,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Leo.
Yes.
I vote yes as well.
Okay.
Okay. Next, Margaret.
Chairman, can I be excused, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah. Leo, go ahead.
Thank you very much. And thank you for thank you for listening to me this evening. Have a good evening, folks.
Bye, Leo.
All right, you
Bye,
too.
Leo. Yeah, the next item is to discuss David Miller's application to serve on the Conservation Commission. And I think
Yep.
the committee wants to vote whether to make that recommendation to the select board.
Yes, we do.
So
So,
moved.
okay. Okay.
Wait, I didn't make the motion.
Yes. Before we, so just for Jackie was not here last meeting. So Jackie, Mike Novak is not, pursuing a reappointment. So as of July 1st, we have an opening. We're very fortunate, to have, a recent transplant to Wenham, Dr. David Miller, express interest in, serving on the Conservation Commission. He has prior experience on Concoms. He's a scientist, and we met him at our last meeting, and I think we're all duly impressed. And so we need to put this on the agenda so we can formally forward our recommendation to the select board to appoint him. So that's what this agenda item is about. So if you have any questions of David, who I know is online, feel free to ask him now.
Hi, David.
Hey, Jackie.
Could you tell me a little bit about your background? You've served on several Concoms, like what towns and...
So we recently moved to Wenham about 2 months ago, maybe 2 months plus now, from Winchester. And I was chair of the Winchester Concom for 4 years and on the Concom there for probably a total of almost 10 years. So significant experience doing the Concom thing. And I'm kind of eager to, as I mentioned to the group last time we got together, apply the lessons I've learned in the Winchester environment to the Wenham environment, by which I mean the natural resources environment, which are quite different between the two places. And there's some differences in your bylaw as well, which I think will be interesting to learn and explore. And then on the personal note, it seems like joining the Concom is a great way to get a good knowledge and understanding of the town we're living in and meet some people. So I'm looking at it both.
Did you happen to know John Shawcross?
No.
He was a former chairman of the Winchester Concom too. I grew up there, so he was a good family friend of ours.
What were the years of that? That must have been quite some time ago.
Well, he passed away 3 years ago, and so he probably moved out of town probably 10 years prior to that, because I know they were up in like an assisted living place up in Burlington after that.
Uh,
But yeah. So,
when I joined, a fellow named Steve Parkhurst was the chair.
okay.
Yeah, they had quite a few things in Winchester named after the Parkhursts. So it was,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, great. Nice to meet you. And yeah, I think that's great that you have an interest in joining our commission, bringing all of your experience to it. I'm sure it's something that's going to be very valuable.
Well, thank you. But yeah, I look forward to it as make the contribution as well.
And what kind of a scientist are you?
I'm a PhD biochemist by training, and
Nice.
spent my professional career in the biotech industry.
Great.
Retired about 6 years ago, if I can believe it. I can barely believe it, but yes.
The retirement years, they pass quickly.
Particularly when you throw COVID in there, yeah, for sure.
Well, it was very nice meeting you virtually, David. Thank you for answering my questions.
Well, thank you, Jackie. Look forward to meeting in person.
Okay, can someone make the official motion so that Margaret doesn't have to?
Yes, I will. I just met him, but I will. I move that we propose David Miller's name for the new Conservation Commission spot that's opening up.
Second.
All in favor? Jeff?
Yes.
Jackie?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
I vote yes as well. So David, the way the process will work, we'll send a letter to the select board. And their next meeting is next Tuesday, or probably the next meeting is tomorrow, but it's probably too quick, right?
It's on the agenda though for tomorrow, isn't it, Margaret?
I don't know if David's name is on there.
I thought I saw that.
Did you? They are making appointments tomorrow, so he may be on there.
I got an email from Margaret. No, not Margaret.
Michelle. From Michelle?
Michelle, there we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Saying to be at the select board meeting tomorrow night, or at least they're meeting on this subject tomorrow night.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So David, I will be there as well to support you in this application. Not that you need
Thank you very much.
any support, but it should go pretty smoothly.
All right, thank you. I look forward to it. Thank you for your support.
Yep.
Great.
All right, and so the only other, just so I don't know if all the commissioners know or not, this is other matters not reasonably anticipated by the chair. Kate Mallory's father passed away, and so if you didn't know that, Kate was not planning to be here anyway today. She was taking a vacation day, but she will be dealing with family stuff for a little while, and so fortunately we have Margaret to pinch hit, and we're in good hands with Margaret. So, but if my wife and I are going to be, sending Kate sympathy cards and stuff, but if the commission wants to send one, I have a plethora of them. If you all want to, co-sign, or if you want to send one individually, Margaret, could you send us Kate's home address?
I will. I'll send that in an email to the commission.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's for the commission to send a letter. I'm going to send one personally as well, but from the commission, I think would be appropriate.
Yeah.
Leave it at town hall for signature, or how do you want to work that?
Yeah, I'll bring one over to town hall tomorrow. Probably not till when I go over to the select board meeting. But we can leave it. Margaret, can we leave it in your office?
You can. Yep. I will be there tomorrow till I'll be at the select board meeting, and then I don't know when do the committee members think they'll come by? Do you have any sense of it? Only Kate's in the office with me. We share an office, so.
Or I might, I could probably get there on Friday. Would be the best day for me. I'm kind of booked up for the week. But...
Town hall's closed on Fridays, Ken.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, perhaps I'll just send an individual card then. Might be easier given the timing if you could just get her home address.
I will. I'll send that to the members.
Okay.
Or either that, we can forge Ken's signature.
Well, feel free.
It would be the first time.
I would be comfortable with that if you wanted to do it then.
If you could just let me know when it's going to be there, I can make myself available to get over there.
Okay.
Yeah, same here. I can.
I'm wondering,
earliest tomorrow.
Bill, maybe we could leave it, I could see if the town clerk would hold on to it. That way you can
Oh,
just,
yeah.
to the town, first floor town clerk's office might be a little easier than coming
Yeah,
upstairs into our office.
Yep.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
if you want to do that, Phil, tomorrow, I'll let Diane know that, you'll leave the card there and the commission members will come in to sign.
And she'll be at the select board meeting too, I imagine, right?
Diane? Sometimes not. It depends on what's going on, but she's there until 7 anyway.
Yeah.
Tuesdays
Okay.
we're open till 7.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'll let her know. Good.
All right. Leo's not here, so I need someone to make the appropriate motion.
So there was one other thing Kate mentioned about the Beverly Airport. Had you all seen some
Oh,
information that,
yes.
I don't know whether that's something you needed to discuss just briefly or?
Yeah, so did everyone get those emails or was it just myself and Ken?
Yeah, I got them.
I haven't.
When is that meeting going to be, Phil? I don't offhand recall.
Yeah, hold on, I'm looking it up.
Sometime mid-July, I think.
Yeah, hold on.
I just scanned the attachment, but I wondered when I did the scan, is it the same thing we've discussed before, or is the scope of this project larger?
From the description, it sounds like it's just a redo of what's already been presented, but
Okay.
read it in detail.
So actually, it's a good thing we're looking at this because the airport meeting is scheduled for Monday, July 6th at 5:30. So we would not want to schedule a special Concom meeting that would conflict with that. But for people who can attend, that's a good way to get all the details on what they're planning. They will need to file and come before us for the filling of the wetlands in Wenham. We've been pretty clear with them that they need to propose mitigation, which they claim they will. Perhaps they'll have more details on that on the 6th, or they may not. They may wait and have the details when they meet with us specifically.
Is that an in-person meeting or is that virtual?
No, I think it's remote.
Well, I will be attending that meeting, so however it comes up.
Yeah, I should be able to as well.
Okay. Maybe we should just forward that email around, Phil.
Yeah, I can do that. Okay, Margaret, did I not anticipate anything else?
I don't think there's anything else that you did not anticipate.
Okay.
You think you're all set? Thank you.
I anticipated the Red Sox being better than they are, but I don't think we have time to discuss that.
No. You'd have to make a special public hearing for that one.
I know. And include alcohol. Jeff, will you care to make the motion?
I move we adjourn.
Do I hear a second?
Second?
All in favor? Jackie?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes.
I vote yes as well. All right. Stay healthy, everyone.